Let's learn HTML language. It's the basic computer language. Part 1. HTML Overview. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and it is the most widely used language to write web pages. Hypertext refers to the way in which web pages, HTML documents, are linked together. Thus, the link available on a web page is called hypertext. As its name suggests, HTML is a markup language, which means you use HTML to simply mark up a text document with tags that tell a web browser how to structure it to display. Originally, HTML was developed with the intent of defining the structure of documents like headings, paragraphs, lists, and so forth to facilitate the sharing of scientific information between researchers. Now, HTML is being widely used to format web pages with the help of different tags available in HTML language. Basic HTML document. In its simplest form, following is an example of an HTML document. Let's see the document. Observe well. Either you can use Try It option available at the top right corner of the code box to check the result of this HTML code, or let's save it in an HTML file test. HTML using your favorite text editor. Finally, open it using a web browser like Internet Explorer or Google Chrome, or Firefox. It must show the following output. HTML tags. As told earlier, HTML is a markup language and makes use of various tags to format the content. These tags are enclosed within angle braces less than tag name greater than. Except few tags, most of the tags have their corresponding closing tags. For example, less than HTML greater than has its closing tag less than, HTML greater than, and less than body greater than tag has its closing tag less than, body greater than tag. Above example of HTML document uses the following tags. Tag description. To learn HTML, you will need to study various tags and understand how they behave while formatting a textual document. Learning HTML is simple as users have to learn the usage of different tags in order to format the text or images to make a beautiful web page. World Wide Web Consortium, W3C, recommends to use lowercase tags starting from HTML. HTML document structure. A typical HTML document will have the following structure. We will study all the header and body tags in subsequent chapters, but for now let's see what is document declaration tag. The less than doc type greater than declaration. The less than doc type greater than declaration tag is used by the web browser to understand the version of the HTML used in the document. Current version of HTML is 5 and it makes use of the following. Declaration. Less than. Doc type HTML greater than. There are many other declaration types which can be used in HTML document depending on what version of HTML is being used. We will see more details on this while discussing less than doc type greater than tag along with other HTML tags. 2. HTML basic tags. 1. Heading tags. Any document starts with a heading. You can use different sizes for your headings. HTML also has 6 levels of headings, which use the elements less than h1 greater than, less than h2 greater than, less than h3 greater than, less than h4 greater than, less than h5 greater than, and less than h6 greater than. While displaying any heading, browser adds one line before and one line after that. Heading. Example. This will produce the following result. 2. Paragraph tag. The less than p greater than tag offers a way to structure your text into different paragraphs. Each paragraph of text should go in between an opening less than p greater than and a closing less than p greater than tag as shown below in the example. Example. This will produce the following result. 3. Line break tag. Whenever you use the less than br, greater than element, anything following it starts from the next line. This tag is an example of an empty element, where you do not need opening and closing tags, as there is nothing to go in between them. The less than br, greater than tag has a space between the characters br and the forward slash. If you omit this space, older browser will have trouble rendering the line break, while if you miss the forward slash character and just use less than br greater than, it is not valid in XHTML. Example. This will produce the following result. 4. Centering content. You can use less than center greater than tag to put any content in the center of the page or any table cell. Example. This will produce the following result. This text is not in the center. This text is in the center. 5. Horizontal lines. Horizontal lines are used to visually break up sections of a document. The less than hr greater than tag creates a line from the current position in the document to the right margin and breaks the line accordingly. For example, you may want to give a line between two paragraphs, as in the given example below. Example. This will produce the following result. This is paragraph 1 and should be on top. This is paragraph 2 and should be at bottom. Again, less than hr, greater than tag is an example of the empty element, where you do not need opening and closing tags, as there is nothing to go in between them. The less than hr, greater than element has a space between the characters hr and the forward slash. If you omit this space, older browser will have trouble rendering the horizontal line, while if you miss the forward slash character and just use less than hr greater than, it is not valid in XHTML. 6. Preserve formatting. Sometimes, you want your text to follow the exact format of how it is written in the HTML document. In these cases, you can use the pre-formatted tag less than pre greater than. Any text between the opening less than pre greater than tag and the closing less than pre greater than tag will preserve the formatting of the source document. Example. This will produce the following result. Function test function, star text. Alert, star text. Closing curly bracket. Try using the same code without keeping it inside less than pre greater than tags. 7. Non-breaking spaces. Suppose you want to use the phrase 12 angry men. Here, you would not want a browser to split the 12 angry and men across two lines. An example of this technique appears in the movie 12 Angry Men. In cases where you do not want the client browser to break text, you should use a non-breaking space entity in NBSP instead of a normal space. For example, when coding the 12 Angry Men in a paragraph, you should use something similar to the following code. Example. For next part, more videos, subscribe to our channel. Git Kudu Study.